I'm joined by Martin Tyler after this afternoon's 2-1 home win against Dulwich Hamlet. Martin, what a goal to win the game from Dan Sweeney.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Because the last game we played here against Harrow Borough, Dan lost the ball and we lost a 2-1 lead and dropped a couple of points that we really thought were in the bag. So it's great for Dan. You know, he was very hurt by what happened before. He took the responsibility for it. And even before he scored, I thought he went on and did a terrific job. The sort of things that, you know, 3 touches when 3 will do, not 4 touches when 3 will do, you know. And I think he responded very quickly to that setback. It was a painful thing for he's only a young man, you know, and having the lads are all sort of saying, "Oh, we've seen you smile now," because he was heartbroken when the Harrow game happened, and now he's the star of the show, isn't he? He's won us the game.
We had our own setback today, being a goal down in the first half. What was your take on the penalty that got us back into the game?
Honestly, it's not a cop-out, but from the dugout you just can't see. But those who were watching, who've been in the dressing room, who were watching from this side of the ground, said it was a penalty, so no problem. And if he coming in and making his debut and winning us a penalty, and I have to say he's got a terrific pace and he's an exciting young player that Barnet have let us have for a month, so we're delighted with him. And obviously Jack Clark, who hasn't played for a month because all the games being off and 1 or 2 other issues with clubs, and so we took a bit of a chance giving him a start on his debut, and he did really well until he cramped up. And you know, after the sending off, I think, you know, a lot of people might have taken the point, but it was our day today. I have to say, I think Dulwich are a terrific side. Their support was excellent as well, and it was great. You know, nearly 600 people here. It was, dare I use the expression, a Super Sunday.
What about the red card as well? I'm assuming no complaints, 2 bookings, but were you tempted to substitute him after, because he had one where he could have gone 20 minutes earlier?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and it was a calculated risk that didn't quite come off, but you know, it was pretty near the end, so I don't know, I suppose Dulwich would have thought that would give them the chance to go and win it, and you know, they reckon without Dan Sweeney, I suppose. But it was, you know, I think we changed our system today for the first time really this season, because we have so much respect for what Dulwich Hamlet are trying to do, and to come into this division when we played them a couple of times in cups last season, and one occasion we really got a lesson from them, and so huge respect. Dowse has seen them I think 3 times, and it was, you know, quite cautious for his standards to go with the 4-3-3 rather than the pushing. Obviously we've got 2 great goal scorers up front in Ryan Moss and Andre McCollin, and Andre worked wide until the end when we put him through the middle just to try and be an outlet. And Mossy did great, because it is tough up there. He battled for everything and nearly got a goal for himself in the second half, which perhaps, you know, maybe 8 times out of 10 he would have taken. But you know, we'll take the result. It's our best result of the season. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And the way we managed to do it was very dramatic. So I hope the supporters enjoyed it. We certainly did.
And a familiar face, someone you know very well in the Dulwich starting lineup, Dean Lodge. How do you think we coped with him today? Well,
you know, when we were managing Lodge in, we did that several times. I don't know how many spells he had, Kays. I think he even had one before we joined. So he's unpredictable, and that makes him a very dangerous opponent. He's a terrifically skillful player. I honestly, and I've said this to his face, I think, you know, he should be playing higher than this. He's been playing higher than this level for a long time in his career. And he's got that kind of electrifying ability that I see at work. He's commentating on matches at higher level than our level. So, but we coped with him, and he gave me he gave our dugout a couple of wry looks, I think, when he didn't get a free kick when he might have done. But he's a great friend of ours, and I was delighted to shake his hand when he came in today, and at the end of the game as well.
And how important was it today to get the victory with some of the other conditions around levels? It's a big crowd today, lots of people, and the context of the game, secondary, third at the beginning of the game, to take us level top now is a massive win for us.
Well, I think the other thing, Simon, is that we are, you know, we're on the back of a bad run, really. You know, we're obviously very disappointing at Hampton, where we were in the game for most of it, and then it looked a really bad result. And Charlie Moon was the difference between us and them on the day, and well played to him. The Harrow thing happened as well. We've gone out of the League Cup on a plastic pitch, which is no disrespect to Harlow, who deserved their win, but it's not something that I personally like to see, and I know the players find it hard. If we all played on plastic pitches, it would be fine, but we don't. And I must say compliments to our landlords here. I know it's probably not a fashionable thing to say on a Kingstonian website, but I mean the pitch was magnificent, and they played here yesterday. So we should be really grateful for our relationship with Wimbledon, and not really be looking at them as I know one day they'll go, and hopefully this will be ours again, and maybe that day will be sooner. We obviously would rather it be sooner than later, but as it stands, you know, we played a really magnificent game of football, and Dulwich played their part in that on a terrific pitch. And I went to Woking yesterday, and then they just about got the game on, you know, and they know their pitch is in a bit of a mess, and Hampton was a bad pitch, and you know we're so lucky to have this and be able to give a crowd of 600 what I thought was a really wonderful football match.
Do you think both the sides on show today are going to be there or thereabouts towards the end of the season?
Well, I hope we are. You know, good luck to Dulwich. I think they will. You know, Wealdstone have lost a couple of games. You know, we were being written off after we got battered at Hampton in the end, the last 15 minutes at Hampton. And it's going to be, it's more, I think people have got to remember it's a 46-game season this time. And, you know, you look at all the other 42-game seasons, and the 46 is like the championship, really, and you look at those stories run forever and ever, don't they? And teams lose 8 in a row and still end up in the playoffs. So there's a bit more scope for change, and all I would say is, you know, we go to Carl Shulton, I think, in the next league game, and we've got to be right for that. And before that, some of the lads who didn't play today are playing the Surrey Senior Cup at Ash on Tuesday. It's only 48 hours away. So with the games coming thick and fast, we've been quite lucky. We've only had a couple postponed. But with the games coming thick and fast, really anything is possible. There'll be big swings in form and fitness. Fitness is the key. We've got a very good squad, and the board, and must thank them, have allowed us to add a couple of players to that. No, I can't look to the end of the season, but I would like to think so. We're trying really hard. We want to give it a real go, and that's been the message from Douse right from the beginning of the season. This is a chance this season for us to get to where the Case fans think at least, the very least, they should be in a conference situation.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, good luck.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well played today.